there, guys. I'm still a little froggy. Today is Monday, April 20-something. I have no idea. But it's Monday, I know that much, because back to the grind. So I was driving along and I keep thinking about suicide. I personally am feeling a lot better. Still a little, stuffy and, got some throat stuff going on. But for the most part, I'm finally starting to feel like myself again, which is good. Feels nice. But it got me thinking about how while I was, in the middle of being sick and absolutely just beyond exhausted and felt like it was never going to end, it reminded me of the times that I've been severely depressed. And, I've been to that point. I've been to the point where I felt like my kids would be better off without me. I've been to the point where I felt like I was never going to be able to be anything or do anything right. And, there was just no point left. I had no fight left in me. And I honestly felt like my kids would be better off without me. Be better off without me there to disappoint them, because I always fuck shit up. That they would be happier without me. And I came across a post on Facebook the other day. A mom had posted a picture of her little girl that was taken the day before the father drove his car out, and I don't know where he went, but he drove his car somewhere and shot himself in the head. And it was a pretty long post, but she was, if nothing else, stay. It was a long post about how it changed her life and her daughter's life. And it's so true. It really is. That little girl, he just changed her complete trajectory of her life. Whatever dreams that her mother had or she had, probably not her because she was pretty little at the time, but, of her father walking her down the aisle is no more. Any memories that she had a chance to have of her father as a little girl are gone. She was so young that she probably will have very few memories of him. And I know this one from experience because the only father I ever knew left and moved, a couple thousand miles away when I was 6 or 7. And I have, maybe 3 or 4 memories of him. That's it. That's all I ever got to have. And that sucks. And it haunted me for a long time. And it changed the way I made decisions in my life, and it affected my relationships with males, and it affected so many things, and as a mother, in my opinion, there's nothing else on the planet like a mother. Unfortunately, there's some really shitty ones out there, and they shouldn't have been mothers, and I don't believe that everybody should be a parent. I don't believe that I was born to be a parent. It's just not in my skill set. But there's nothing else like a mother, like a good mother, or at least a decent mother. I don't consider myself a good mother, but I do consider myself a decent mother. And my kids do love me. And I'm glad that when I was at that point where I thought my kids were better off without me, that I'm still here now. Because getting to watch them grow and mature into the teenagers that they are, there's no words for it, and getting to know at this point that they're now 15 and 16 and they've gotten to have their mother their whole lives so far. I'm so thankful for that. I'm glad that I didn't take that away from them. I'm glad that and even if at the end of the day, and they're grown adults and they hate my guts, I'm okay with that. Because during these years, I was there as much as I could be, and I tried, and I put forth as much effort as I've been able to, and I did what I thought was right in those moments, and that's all I can do at the end of the day. And, you know, sometimes it wasn't enough for that individual child, and sometimes it was more than enough. And you don't know. You know, you don't know until later down the road. And that's been my biggest challenge with my kids because of the situation that I am in with my kids. But it's always been my biggest thing, is that if at the end of the day, when I lay my head on that pillow, I know that I did what I thought was right, and I tried and gave 100% and did everything I could possibly think of to help my children, especially with their emotional needs, then that's successful. It really is. You know, people get these ideals in their minds of how it should look and how it should be, and you're your own worst enemy when it comes to that, because the brain wants to go the easiest, most beautiful route, and that's not reality. Reality is ugly, it's messy, it's full of potholes and loopholes and right hooks, and it's like that for everybody. Nobody has the perfect ideal life. You know, even people, I know this one lady who is like the Good Housekeeping Mother of the Year type. I mean, really, she has gone above and beyond for her kids their whole lives. You know, Easter egg coloring every year, it was a big deal. Making cookies and decorating them. For every holiday, it was like a big, you know, the traditions of carving the pumpkins and making the cookies and making the pies and decorating and whatever the case is, you know. And I failed there. I did. You know, holidays have become just another day in my house. They don't get decorated for, they don't really get celebrated, and I totally failed in that regard. But as perfect as she has been in my eyes in that regard, she doesn't think she's done a very good job as a parent. She has a lot of moments where she doubts herself. So even somebody who seems to have it all together and looks like they are doing so much better parenting or adulting than you are, they're thinking the same things that you are in your head. They really are. We all have to keep perspective of what's reality and what's fantasy. And at the end of the day, we're all struggling. So struggle with us. You know, don't take away your own ability to miss magical moments, to miss learning moments where you have those ahas and it's like, oh my God, it all comes together. Don't take the opportunity for your children to have memories with you, good, bad, or otherwise. You know, we've all been there. I've been there, where I felt completely hopeless. And, you know, I'm making another video about this. I think I've talked about it before. I'm making another video about this because, you know, maybe someone who's feeling like they're getting to that point or they're at that point, and in their desperation, they go on YouTube and they search suicide. Maybe they watch 20 videos, and maybe 2 out of those 20 videos, somebody says something that makes them change their mind. And that's all I can hope for, you know? If I'm just one more person in a sea of people talking about it, then maybe somebody, even 1 out of 10,000, gets through to somebody to save somebody's life, to stop somebody from altering their children's lives, their wives' lives, their sisters, their brothers, their parents. I can't even begin to fathom the devastation a parent would feel with their child killing themselves. To get over that, I can't even, you know, to feel like you were that much of a failure, because that's what it would make your parents feel like they failed. So, you know, in those moments, it becomes all about you, and sometimes you got to take a deep breath, slap yourself in the face, and realize it's not all about you. It's about everybody as a whole. There are so many people that you would affect, and I'm not saying stay for them, but yeah, stay for them. Really. They need you more than you could ever possibly know. And maybe they don't say it the way you think they should say it, or they don't show it the way you think they should show it. But they need time with you. They need moments with you. They need you. Believe it or not, they really do. I could talk about this for probably 2 hours if I wanted to, you know? And at some point I'm going to start repeating myself. So, you know, I just... let this be a thread on this video for people that need somewhere to go, somewhere to vent, somewhere to find support. If you come onto this thread and you're not suicidal, read through the comments, you know. There aren't going to be a lot of comments right away, but read through the comments and see if there's somebody you can help. See if there's somebody you can lift up and support. Because at the end of the day, that's all we can do is support each other and keep going forward. It's worth it. Even if 1 out of 10 days is good, it's worth it. So, like she said, I'm going to say it, stay. Please stay. Stay for your kids, stay for yourself, stay for the people that love you, because they do love you. Alright, I'm going to cut this off before I turn it into a 20-minute video. I got 10 minutes to get into work, so... hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.